All right, everybody, what I'm about to do is show you the demo flow that I've come up with for an asset that I have now being hosted on tutorial. So first of all, the first thing I like to do is make sure that I've got some groups to really show off the cleanest version of library. If you work in your own environment, I do make an effort to put the branding of the customer that I'm doing the demo for. Of course, you can export this from tutorial and bring it in an environment. So the flow is, I say, I usually would like to start the demo with the dossier. It's my favorite topic, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of start to go through it. And then I say, but unfortunately, that's not how the world works. And I dramatically close it. I then say, what's more common is that you would have a web page open for a particular browser. Maybe you're looking up at LinkedIn, or most importantly, you're almost certainly interacting with your email. Hyperintelligence gives you a way into the dossier, almost as though the hypercard itself is the trailer and the dossier is the movie, which Tim Lang, of course, says. From there, I focus on my hyper-representative hypercards, which have the thresholding. And so you can see Rajat is yellow and Mark McKay is green. So we've got a couple of options here now. So the first option is that you can just jump into the dossier and go back to that same vertical scrolling page of the dossier. But what's more exciting to me is that you can jump to a page that dynamically passes the filter parameters for Mark McKay. So the whole idea is you didn't even know you wanted to look at the dossier. You saw something interesting and you wanted to learn more. Now we're able to start our dossier demo. So you can see here just a quick example of something filtered for Mark McKay, just to let them know that you do have this capability of deep linking to be able to get from hypercards into filtered dossiers. From there, I go back to the one pager, talk about our vertical scrolling, show off that you can click on a visualization and it filters another visualization. Scroll down a little bit more, just do some clicking, just for the heck of it. And make sure that I go out of my way to point out the fact that we now have a compound grid, and definitely highlight that. And then I've just got a list of healthcare providers beneath that. From there, you're able to then click on a value in the ring pie, and you're able to then effectively drill from page 1 to page 2. So we're jumping into specialty details, which just gives some quick KPIs relative to a particular specialty. And nothing too fancy here. The goal was simply to tease out the fact that you could drill from one page to another. Now, in my last job, this was the most popular dossier that I built. It's basically just a very simple grid, but you can quickly expand it. And so I have it to fit to content intentionally so that you can see it grow rather than have it automatically stretched across the whole screen. And then, of course, I do point out that probably one of the most popular features is that you can then take it and export it into Excel. To me, if you can get somebody interacting with the dossier, even if their ultimate end game is to get to Excel, I count that as a win. So from there, I then go to the build from scratch, which of course is a blank canvas right now. So I go back in, click the pencil, and we're jumping into authoring now. I very quickly just talk about how it's typically a pivot table on the steroids. So you can just drag and drop content at your heart's content, just like making a grid in a pivot table. And so this is just an example of that, pretty quick and easy. Then maybe I'll just quickly show them how easy it is to just create a quick bar chart. And so I'll just click on product, and I will click on Market TRX. And then last but not least, I always like to show off our abilities to use natural language. So I will say specialty by TRX by heat as a heat map. And just show them that there are a number of different ways that you can go in and quickly create visualizations. You can go in and save the changes if you have your own non-read-only copy, of course, and then dive back in to show them that now a consumer already has access to all of that information. Then I make sure to show collaboration. So I will go back to the main one-pager and I'll write a quick note. Kevin, take, oops, at Kevin, take, and of course, something is going wrong in my video, but I'm going to keep rolling. Take a look at this filtered dossier. Include the chapter filter posts. I talk about the notification, and then I talk once again about how intelligence everywhere is accomplished through hypercards, but also through the power of the lock screen. So in this example, you can see that I've already got a notification set up. I made a video. You've already got a notification set up. And so there's a call to action in everybody's pocket before they even think about opening up a dossier. And then I talk about the economies of scale and time to production to build once and to deploy everywhere. So you see a comment, and then you can go and you can then interact with the dossier itself, scroll through, show them a couple of the native features like the expand, the collapse, you know, basically just make sure that they're comfortable interacting with the dossier. So nothing too fancy. Then I also go in to further emphasize that you can also, with one build, with one analyst, no technologists, build that same content once and also have it deployed on your iPad. So I think it's a pretty good example that's relevant for pharma because a lot of sales reps are bringing around iPads these days, and to be able to show them how easy it is to interact, how easy it is to build, and then hopefully show them an example that looks elegant, that, you know, it's a platform that they would want to either upgrade or move over to or anything, you know, anything like that. So that's basically the main demo flow. Thank you for your time and have a good day. Signing out.